Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It's 8:30. That means that it's time for a little tea and wild thoughts with your girl. Good morning, the beauty influencer. I hope that everybody is feeling blessed and well this morning. I'm running on fumes myself, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm here. I'm here. Blessed. Highly favored. Good morning, my love. Welcome. Just getting the vibe right. Like I do. A little Palo Santo. I'm drinking some Chinese herbs that I cannot pronounce this morning. Good for the female system. Good morning. Welcome. Tea and Wild Thoughts. You may be watching this on YouTube at a later date and time. So thank you for being here. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. We've also got, I always do my little housekeeping first. Good morning, ZK. A little Sex in a Jar body scrub. It's got the shimmer in it. Orchid fragrance. You don't need any. I'm trying to wake up. I'm tired. 2 sizes. Got the chakra spray. It's got the orange blossom water and orange and clary sage. And this will definitely help me wake up a little bit and get my vibes going. Good morning and welcome. So, I hope you guys are doing well. Last week was a little challenging to push through, and quite a few people that I talked to were also kind of feeling that energy. I can't say it was particularly bad. It just was like you really had to kind of push, you know what I mean? We got a lot of distractions, and it was a full moon, and it was just a lot going on. There's always a lot going on, but last week was just particularly challenging to push through. I had a lot going on myself. I had a photo shoot I had to drive to an hour and a half for and then come back. And then, I'm still traveling with work. Matter of fact, yes, book an appointment with me at Essential Aesthetics and Laser in Charlotte. I'm doing organic facials and gua sha and still caregiving for my dad, and got the self-care store. Actually, somebody tried to break into my car too. They ain't steal nothing. That was weird. But they broke into my car. So, and they stole somebody's Sex in a Jar scrub. Go figure. So you enjoy that, love. We got another one sitting right here, ready, prepared to go. So I'll get that out to this lovely person who's waiting on their Sex in a Jar. So anywho, that's a little bit about what was going on with me. Where they at? You on the way? Send the prayers up. Maybe they needed a little self-care, And I was reading something last week that say, if you have it to give, it is good morning, Cammie. Good morning, welcome. You come from a place of abundance. And so, I have an abundant lifestyle. That is what I share and teach. So I figured, hey, they ain't break no windows or nothing. So we good. It's all good. I was too tired to be mad. I really was. I was like, okay, can I crank my car up? Do the door locks and everything still work? Okay, well, I'm going to work. Like, I couldn't let that kind of energy just completely distract me from everything that I have going on and have to do right now. So that's the kind of energy that I'm talking about. Just really having to push through things. Yes, honey, talk amongst yourselves. So, I was thinking this morning how, when you arrive at new levels that you are trying to get to, it's almost like moving into a new house, or a new apartment. And, you're in this new place that you really want to be in. Hopefully you really want to be in. And, but everything's still in the boxes. Like, it takes a while to get comfortable and for things to really feel like it's yours. Again, like to get the comfort and the safety, just like you would like from your old place that you just, you know, really, really settled into. You know, again, you're still kind of living out of the boxes. Everything's not completely in its place, but you're making it. You know, you got to figure out how to get to that routine. You know, your morning coffee again, and your, you know, going for a run or whatever it is that you do on a daily basis. It takes a little while to get comfortable. So that's kind of where I am. You know, and I'm in a new level. Got all the things that I want. You know, I'm in this new place and I'm here, but it just takes a little while to get comfortable. And so, you know, again, with everything that I have going on, and then all the news that we got last week, good morning, of, you know, this guy walking through the streets shooting black people. I mean, just shooting them down. And, you know, of course, Chadwick Boseman. That was tough. That was really, really... It's like you're already depleted, and then you get this news, and it's like, you know, it was a lot. It was a lot. Black people tired. You know, we've been talking about tired all of 2020, but it definitely hit a new level for me last week. Because again, I think when you have some good things going on and you're stimulated, it's easy to kind of be pleasantly distracted. But then it's like that harsh reminder, kind of like a punch in the gut. Like, ooh, life is still here. My dad was sick. He's still sick too. We have to go to a doctor's appointment today. So, and so that's why I was even saying this morning, like, I didn't even know if I was going to be able to get up here and kind of chat with you guys. But I'll try to be dedicated. I try to be disciplined. You know, this is what I want to do. So I'm trying to stay committed to it. And I figured, you know, when I was thinking about Chadwick Boseman in general, and just, you know, this life, these past 4 years that this man had been pushing through, I said, you know, we gotta talk about Chadwick. That's what we gotta talk about this morning. We gotta talk about last week and this energy. And if he can push through 4 years of cancer and do these films and show us, you know, this example, then I can get up here for Tea and Wild Thoughts this morning. So I wanted to share a few lessons, you know, that we can take. Yes, prayers absolutely going up. Sending light and love, yes, to his family, to all of us. You know, let's share this good vibes and this energy. That's part of, you know, what this is all about, is creating this community of people who are, we live in life, but we creating beauty in the ashes, honey. That's what we have to do. We create the beauty ourselves, and we find it, you know, amongst everything. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to find the beauty this morning in Chadwick Boseman's life and this example that he has just set for us. And again, I think it's just so challenging. You know, we lost Nipsey last year, you know, then we had Kobe, then we had, you know, there are these people who, I think it's even harder. You know, it's one thing to lose somebody who's, you know, out here just creating a bunch of bullshit. But when you have these good people, you know, people who are really setting an example, and people who are, good morning, my love, really creating the beauty out here, you know, like it hits you way different. And that's why I'm such an advocate of, on a daily basis, you know, celebrating, finding these beautiful moments, you know, and just living life to the fullest as much as we can, because you never know, tomorrow is just not promised. So let's go ahead and get started. The first lesson is, live your damn life. Live your life. Live your life, man. Like, he was 43 years old. That is so, you know, I'm gonna be 40 next year. That's so young. And so again, you know, I think that, you know, we have to live it completely. We have to, you know, create while we're here. You know, I try to live my life too from a point of, again, I've been dealing with death like You know, my brother died when I was 11. So, and I helped my ex bury, you know, both his parents, and that's just something that I kind of live with all the time. Like, and maybe that's why I live the lifestyle that I live. You know, you have to live it completely. You know, society makes us feel like we have all these rules and regulations, but live your life. You know, again, when we lose someone, it's such a strong and unfortunately painful reminder, you know, of how we need to be going out there and living. So yeah, make some mistakes, you know, do what you need to do. Live. You know, you just, and not even just because you don't know if tomorrow's promised, you know, but because of your loved ones. You don't know what's promised for them either, you know. So hug on your people, love on your people, you know, just live your life. Stop caring about what everybody else has to say. And so that's the next one, is keep your business to yourself. Good morning, my love. Good morning. Welcome. I thought, and again, as painful as his experience was, and, you know, I thought there were just so many lessons to kind of take out of his example, and even how he handled something that was so challenging and had to be so painful. And he did it with such grace, you know. And somebody else posted that somebody else posted that, you know, he had to have a hell of a support system. Those people who were really, really right beside him. For 4 years, that information did not get out, you know. And that part, private life, happy life, hashtag, yes. You know, I know when I moved here, and, you know, I was, you know, I moved to start caregiving for my father. And it was so interesting, you know, how quickly some people wanted to know, like, what was going on. And I quickly understood that energy of people who were genuinely concerned and people who just want to know your business. He also got married in private, you know, not long before he passed. And so these are things, you know, again, that's just grace. I mean, he handled himself in such a way that you just had no idea what he was struggling with. And of course, you know, I do believe in being vocal about the things that we are going through, but he knew how he wanted to handle it. And again, you know, we're in such a culture of, you know, people wanting to make their own platforms, you know, about somebody else's business. And so I'm sure he didn't want that to be the story. You know, he didn't want that to be the focus outside of all this life, you know, and beauty that he was creating in terms of, you know, his legacy. You know, it's like, I don't want the focus to be on kids, because no shade, when we're not here anymore. You know, what are people going to say? They're going to be talking about your life, you know. And so, keep your business to yourself. I think that is a huge lesson. I think that it had to be that his quality of life, you know, was really, really special with the people. He didn't want that to overshadow his art. Definitely. Everything doesn't need to be posted, shared, nor explained. You know? Nope. You know, I don't know what his family history was, you know. I don't think I have this written in one of mine, but I will say this. Again, you know, in this culture that we have in the social media, everybody got advice too. You know what I mean? Everybody got something to say. You know, you should be vegan, and you should eat this, and you should, and I give my tips again for things that I use for my own life. But you don't know. Tomorrow is not promised. You know what I mean? So again, if I have 43 years to live, you know, like, I want to spend each one of those days doing something really special with people that I really, really love, you know, things that I love to do, you know, my art form, or, you know, eating at my favorite restaurant, listening to my music, or, you know, spending time with the people that I want to spend time with. It just, you know, it's so important to do that. That's why I'm, again, just talking about creating beauty in your life. You know, it's so much more than freaking makeup and hair. You know, that is just the damn surface. You need to get out here and eat what you want to eat, man. That's, you know, do what you want to do. You want a piece of chicken? Go eat a damn piece of chicken. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't seem as if this man was living the type, like a super unhealthy lifestyle, you know, that he just got cancer. You know, when God says it's your time to go, unfortunately, it's our time to go. And I'll also say, you know, again, you know, we're living in a time where we as Black people, you know, hopefully there's some non-Black people who are watching this as well. But my people, we live in such fear. You know, we're talking about being so scared of police and scared of, you know, these white people or whoever who don't rock with us. Can't spend your time focused on that either. Focus on the people who love you and focus, you know, on loving them. That's what we want to spend our time with, because again, it could be the police outside, it could be a bus, it could be cancer. You know, we don't know when our last day is going to be. So he reminds us once again that life is short and live it to the fullest. Back to lesson 1. So number 3 is a little different. Support HBCUs. You know, he went to Howard University. I thought it was really beautiful to see down the timeline, like, you know, the speech that he gave. I think I posted that, the support system in general. I can honestly say, being a graduate of an HBCU myself, Aggie Pride, there's nothing like having, you know, the just that whole energy and that support system of Black people supporting you and the goal, you know, the goals that we can reach. And I think it made such a difference in the roles that he chose and just the person that he was. You know, again, when you just look at the way that he carried himself, just being a proud Black man in general, and even the connections that he was able to make and the way that he helped, you know, a lot of, even I think Michael B. Jordan spoke about that, the way he was helping others. I mean, it's very classic to HBCU energy. So we produce great people, you know, like there's a lot of people talk about, you know, Harvard and, you know, when we're hearing about politics and what schools, you know, these people went to, but nothing can replace that energy. If you have gone, I see a lot of people, you know, speaking up about that. Like if you have gone to an HBCU, you totally understand, you know, what I'm saying. So even if you haven't gone to one, or, you know, support them because a lot of them are struggling, you know, and support the people who go to them, you know, encourage these kids, you know, to choose HBCUs. It makes such a huge difference. And I can just really see that in Chadwick Boseman's life, you know, that really made such a big difference in who he was. He's also a Southern boy, Southern man, from Anderson, South Carolina. So I think, you know, he was just raised right. Which is on to my next point, you know, about just number 4 is love on people and treat them well. Nobody had anything bad to say, you know, about this man. Of course they don't. Of course, when you lose someone, people always have good things to say. But, I mean, down to the hairstylist and the makeup artist to just everyday people who were around him, he was really a light. You know, he was definitely a light, and you could just see that consistent in his character. The photographers that he worked with, nobody had anything bad to say about this man. And again, that's why it's so painful to lose people like that, who are really making a difference and who just value relationships, period. I think we should all aspire to be that way. I definitely try myself, even if I don't, you know, like a person too much, I try to just leave them with something pleasant. You know, again, we're in this society of comparison and just talking shit, you know. I wanted to say too, like, you know, we talk about cancel culture a lot, but we're in complainer culture, you know, where, especially in a time like COVID, people are just complaining a lot. You know, like, yes, there's a lot going on, but again, somebody like Chadwick Boseman shows us what you can do. Like, even if you're freaking going through cancer, this man didn't complain. He did not complain. He seemed to take every opportunity with every person that he met, to be a light, to show some love, you know. And when he left this world, that's all that he left people with, was these great memories and great experiences, and interacting with him. So I think that is really beautiful. You know, again, we don't know what tomorrow brings. So if you're driving out there today, or you know, you online with your kids in school and whatever it may be, you know, just try your best to do it with grace, and just be pleasant to people. Be pleasant as much as you can. That's what you want to leave people with, you know. You don't want to walk in every day thinking about death, but you do want to think about, what am I leaving behind, you know. And he's left us with some great films, you know, some great energy, such a great legacy to model ourselves after. So I think that's important. Great lesson there. Number 5 is, yes, eat and live healthy, but eat the damn cake, you know. Have wild sex, build it, take a stab at it. Stop making excuses right now. This year has been the year, once again, to show us that we don't know what is going to happen. So just make sure you're doing it because you want to. I guess that's just the whole point, you know. If you want to eat healthy, then eat healthy. But if you want a piece of cake or you want a piece of chicken, eat it. I mean, you know, don't make yourself suffer all these unnecessary things, you know. I can definitely say that last week I struggled with some anxiety. You know, they say anxiety is fear of the future. Things that aren't even there yet, you know, things that haven't even happened yet. So why? You know, some of that is a choice. You know, it's literally like a rewiring in the brain. I've talked about that before too. So just live, you know, like I keep saying that, but it's the truth. You know, if you want a freaking cupcake today and that's really what you want to eat, don't punish yourself, you know. Don't get 5 cupcakes, don't get 10 cupcakes, you know, but have one. Smell the flowers, go for a walk, you know, listen to that song, whatever it may be. Embrace these moments, because we don't know, you know, how many more we have, and we don't know how many we have to enjoy them with the people that we love, especially. That's something that I think about all the time these days, especially with having older parents, and you know, we just really need to create these moments. Find the beauty. That's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. Even with something so painful as losing someone like Chadwick, we can find beauty in his experience. And again, that's all we saw down our timeline, was just all these amazing stories, you know, and great things that people had to say about him. And that was just beautiful to see, that was such a tragic experience, you know. This man just left this trail of beauty in his life, and I just think it's great. So I am going to go ahead and share my wild thought of the day. Do the best you can when you can and while you can. This is the way to live life without regrets. Some lessons you'll meet again, but you'll be better equipped to pass the test. And there will be some opportunities you'll only meet once in your lifetime. Life can only be lived one moment at a time. Enjoying it is making each one of those count. My writing was terrible this morning. But yes, you know, do the best you can when you can and while you can. That's all that we can do, you know. Again, sometimes you're going to make mistakes, you know, and sometimes life is going to just give you these opportunities. You only get once, you know, but be willing to try. Don't just not do it. Find the beauty. Yes, I love it. Keeps us grateful. Yeah, we have to. The recurring thing is that we just don't know what's coming, you know, so we teach ourselves to look for the beauty. We teach ourselves to, even in the midst of these struggles, I mean, that is Black life in America, is experiencing all this adversity, all these challenges, all this disappointment, and still finding a way, you know, to move forward and to live for our ancestors, you know, and the people around us, and make it beautiful some kind of way. That is what we do. And so we're going to keep doing it. So, yes, I know his family has to be, because he seemed to be just such an amazing person. His family has to be in such a space right now. So we are praying for them. We praying for us. All of us, everybody who had a challenging week last week. I'm sending prayers out to you. I'm sending prayers up for myself. Life is not easy. You know what I mean? And again, he shows us that life is not easy, but we find our ways to push through and make the absolute best of it that we can. So let's just not complain. Let's you know, find somebody to vent to. There's nothing wrong with that. But after you do that, let it go, and let's move on. Let's figure out how to make beauty out of ashes. Let's do it, because complaining don't really help nothing. I definitely learned that last year. And this man, it's just hard to imagine it for 4 whole years. You know, he showed up to work and created this amazing resume, this amazing body of work, and he just did not complain. Nobody knew. I think that's the hardest part of the whole thing, is that nobody knew that this man was in pain and suffering. And hopefully, you know, we don't know. We don't know what his experience was like. He was clearly losing weight, but God does provide. I don't mean to get, you know, super churchy spiritual on y'all, but I know for me, you know, in the midst of all the struggles, you know, God really does provide refuge. He provides support systems. He provides, you know, just ways for us to get through it in the midst of whatever we're dealing with. If we're open to it. Sometimes we push it away. Beauty for ashes. You own it today. Thank you. Thank you. I actually stole that one from T.D. Jakes. His sermon last week was awesome. But yeah. So I'm gonna light this Palo Santo again before we leave, so that I can send you guys some good energy. We are in a new month, you know. We are coming into fall. Yes, he is. He is on time. He sure is. You know, y'all get all this, what people like to say, witchy stuff, whatever they call it, but I know from whence my help comes from. And that's, you know, it's real. It's real out here. He provided all of this. They're just tools. So I know what the source is at the end of the day. So I appreciate you guys. I love y'all. Thank you for showing up to the conversations. Thank you for supporting me the way that you do. All of your comments always help. I'm pushing through with y'all, girl. Yes, yes, God, as they would say. Thank you, you know, genuinely. Thank you for the support in whatever way you're supporting those who support the self-care store too. Just, it does not go unappreciated in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I love you too. Thank you. It does make a difference. So y'all have an amazing day. We will remember Chadwick. We will carry on his example. Either way, I love you. Don't matter what account it is. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, you know, like, share, subscribe. I appreciate y'all. God willing, and with a little energy boost, I'll be here next Tuesday. So prayers up, everybody. Peace.